So today we're going on a safari. We're going on a safari into the crypto market, and we're going to take a look at Orchid OXT first. This is an altcoin, S-coin, shitcoin. I don't really think it's a shitcoin, but this is an altcoin that's been on my radar for about a month or so now. And back in August, we had this big blow off top. The price of Orchid OXT went from about 15 to 20 cents to almost $1. And ever since then, we've just had a steady selling off. So technical analysis is kind of broken down right now. Even the crypto market as a whole, we're getting a little bounce here off of our dump over the past couple of days, but still waiting for more information. We're still waiting to see what exactly is going to happen with the larger market cap coins, with Bitcoin, Ethereum. Are we going to see continuation, or are we going to see a bounce off of a former resistance level as now being support? So that's a little more technical. Maybe we'll get into more technical analysis-based stuff sometime in the future, but I just wanted to get this video out because OXT has been on my radar. And the reasoning is because if you take a look at Coinbase, you have about 10 or 12 assets available to be traded against the US dollar, okay? Now, most of these currencies you already know about, okay? You got the blue chips, you got Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Bcash, I call it Btrash, Stellar, Tezos, not OXT, ZRX, District. And what seems to happen is once a coin gets listed on Coinbase, we can infer a few things. One, that the project, whatever it is, the currency, the project, has met a certain level of legitimacy. Because if you understand that Coinbase is the most legitimate, the most widely used exchange in the United States, in North America, then we can assume that they are doing their own due diligence, and they're not going to be selling us crap. They're not going to just sell us anything. They want to maintain their integrity. They want to uphold the values that they talk about on their site, and that's why they have a really complicated, a really deep, really complicated, really in-depth application system if you want to get your project listed on their site. So anyway, back to Orchid. Okay. Now, Orchid is by far the lowest market cap coin on Coinbase, okay? So you see here, as of this moment, Orchid has only 23 million US dollars invested into it. Okay, now there's some discrepancy between whether this value is correct. You can see here the circulating supply is about 66 million. Again, I've done my own due diligence and research. I've talked with members of the Orchid team over Telegram, over Twitter, and apparently this number here, this 66 million circulating supply, is not actually the amount of circulating Orchid or OXT. Now, I know that sounds confusing, but the point is that CoinMarketCap and the Orchid team have a difference in the way they describe circulating supply. So people have done the math, and while it is possible that the circulating supply is larger, meaning there were more coins created prior to the IPO or ICO. This 66 million circulating supply is the amount of OXT that's been created or mined after the initial ICO. Okay? So even with that, if this number, if this value here, this 23 million US dollars only invested in OXT is, if it's even half of the true value, even if we said that there was 50, let's say there's 50 million US dollars invested into OXT, well, what we can do is compare that to the other projects on Coinbase. For example, let's just go back here and take a look at some of these projects. Okay, so we see, I'm just going to look for one that, you know, isn't like a top 5 or top 10. So Compound, I'm sure you guys know what Compound is. Compound almost has a $500 million market cap. Now, granted, these are completely different ideas. Compound is DeFi, decentralized finance based. Orchid is a product, or Orchid is a VPN product that is meant to be the first, or one of the first, decentralized VPNs available on the market. So the one good thing that OXT has for it is it's a legitimate project with legitimate team members who have legitimate historical evidence of success in different ventures, and their project, the product actually seems to work pretty well at this time. So there is a lot of upside potential, and the fact that there's only $20 to $50 million invested in it total across Gemini, Coinbase, and some other large exchanges tells me that there's huge potential upsides. And again, just as an example, sorry for the sniffles here, but even for, let's say, I'm looking for Augur. Augur is listed on Coinbase and apparently has a market cap of almost $200 million. OXT, we said at best, has a market cap of $50 million. It's in the top 10 coins on Coinbase. We're talking about the most legitimate North American exchange in the entire world. Okay? It's insured by financial institutions, okay? If something happens, your money is backed on Coinbase, okay? What they claim. They claim the money is back. The point is, OXT has one of the smallest, if not the smallest, I have to double check, the smallest market cap on all of Coinbase. And it's a real project, real product, real team members doing real things. So the upside potential, to me, there is massive, okay? So just taking a look back here at this chart, we had a ridiculous, borderline heinous pump here. Now, what did that have to do with? I can't exactly pinpoint what the cause of this is, other than, you know, the booming short-term bull market we had, Bitcoin going from 9.5K to 12.5K almost. And again, the projects on Coinbase, I believe, are more susceptible to large influxes of capital at any given time. Because if you're a newbie, or you're a large institutional investor, or if you're a boomer that has a lot of money and you don't know what to do, you don't know what to invest in, the first thing you're going to do most likely is open an account on Coinbase. And what are you going to do? You're going to take a look. You're going to say, oh, Bitcoin 13,000. I don't know, a little expensive. And make your way down the list. And finally, when you see something that is 30 cents, and we've seen this happen time and time again with the coins listed on Coinbase, okay? You can just go take a look at the action of all of these low market cap coins, okay? These large institutional investors or these people that are noobs that may have money to spend, they see a low price, they want to put their money into that, okay? Why not? Now, what I see in all of this is an opportunity because, again, with such a low market cap, being listed on one of the top exchanges in the world, Gemini as well, and there's also talks of OXT being listed on Binance at some point. There was rumors going around through Reddit that it was already accepted, and they were just waiting for some time to announce it. Anyway, that could be a huge catalyst to another upside in the price. But I would go long on this. You know, I would not worry too much about the price of this. And if you are someone who wants to take some risk, you can start dollar cost averaging into this, start slowly putting in some money into OXT and leave it there. Because I do believe that if there is a significant bull run again through the blue chips, Ethereum, Bitcoin, then we will see more upside to OXT. And just as we're speaking here, Ethereum is having a nice little bounce underway. And we're going to stay tuned here. I just wanted to get this video out to let you guys know that OXT, although the chart does not look too promising at the moment, this thing could bounce at any given time. And again, the reasoning is we have an extremely low market cap, pretty low circulating supply, with a real project on our hands. So I'm assuming if this gets announced to Binance, we could really see another huge bull run. But the best case scenario is we see Bitcoin return to its former glory of the past few weeks, bounce off of the previous resistance that we hope to now turn into support. And we're going to look for a potential upside here. So that's pretty much everything about OXT I wanted to cover. I'm sure there's some more things that I forgot about. And again, here we have OXT, nice little bounce underway. Hoping to see further continuation. All right, so now we are about halfway through. Let me just check here. Yeah, we're about halfway through. We can do a little bit more time. All right, so what we're going to do here. And by the way, if anybody has some tips about streaming or, recording videos, I'm just doing this because I should have been doing it a long time ago. So we're going to have a little smoke break now. If you want to join me, that'd be nice. Get you in the zone. And then we'll talk about some more of these projects here. Okay, so obviously we have our big players here. Polkadot. Polkadot is something that I have yet to do research on, I know. I've been meaning to, and I would like to put out some info on that for you guys at some point. But again, just looking at this page right here, this tells me so much about the psychology of investors and traders in the market, okay? Some of these projects, look how much money these projects have. Do you guys know what this is? UNISED Leo. I'm gonna look it up, but dude, I've been around the crypto market since like middle 2016, late 2016, and dude, this stuff is ridiculous. Who has their money in this shit? Who has their money in this shit? Fucking, excuse my French. You're in finance. has a circulating supply of 30,000. The price is $25,000. Who in their right mind? It's like a Bitcoin wannabe, dude. Who in their right mind is putting their money into these projects? And why would Coinbase, out of all of these coins, out of all of these projects they could have chosen from, look at all of these projects. Dogecoin has $350 million invested in it. What the dude, Dogecoin. I get it. It's funny. It's cool. Whatever. But what does it do? It has no utility. Okay? Dogecoin has zero utility other than, I don't even know, memeing people, memeing your friends. Here's some Dogecoin. There's no value in Dogecoin. Watch, fast forward 20 years, Dogecoin is the reserve currency of the world. But all jokes aside, you see what I'm getting at here? These projects, while they might be promising, why did Coinbase decide to list OXT? Unless they have some insider, information, or they have an incentive, they have some share, maybe they were offered some shares. This is all speculation, but there's a good reason why out of all of these projects, anything that they could have listed on here, this is just the top 100. I think OXT is in the 300s, or now it's in the 200s by total market cap. They chose to list OXT. So to me, that says we have a legitimate project on our hands with very, very large potential upside. Okay. And again, if we're looking at a Binance listing, that could add a ton of money to the market cap. You could do the research yourself. Just go look into some of these coins. Go look at all of the coins on Coinbase and tell me what you think. Tell me if you think that Coinbase is crazy, or if they're not, if they know what they're doing. Maybe there's something I'm missing here. Ethereum still bouncing. Really nice. For the bulls, the bulls just really hope that that it's easier to see on Bitcoin, but bulls are hoping that this level, which was previously resistance, is now support. All right, and we actually had this. Let me zoom out here. Just could show you a little bit of technical analysis here and what I had set up. So we're looking at Ethereum. Let me turn off some of our indicators here. So this is what I drew out for rejections in this zone. So what I was looking for was a rejection from this zone once again, and this is exactly what we got. And the green box up here was like our safe zone. If the Ethereum bulls made it through this red box into this green box, then I would have said probably we're going to 800 or more. We're going up to this previous resistance level that was tested twice. Rejected from, look at this. It's so clear. We rejected from our rejection zone. And if we broke through that, we were going to the moon. Pretty much. So now we're looking for some consolidation and support here so we can build back up. But again, this is still a bullish chart. Same with Bitcoin. Still very bullish. Just looking to set a higher low. So in the meantime, let's take a look at Polkadot. Polkadot is an open source project founded by the Web3 Foundation. Polkadot is a sharded protocol that enables blockchain networks to operate together. The DOT token serves three distinct purposes: governance over the network, staking, and bonding. Okay. Interesting. I have to look more into it. But my money is on these coins that are listed on Coinbase. They are the easiest for large newbie investors to get their hands on. And it just makes perfect sense. Sometimes things aren't that complicated, you know. Sometimes things are pretty straightforward. And I think that in the case of these low market cap coins posted on Coinbase, it's very possible that, you know, we will see continuation if the broader bull market continues, okay? So I just wanted to get that information out to you. Like I said, I talked to some folks from the team, the OXT team. They tried to clear up the deal with the circulating supply. I'll admit I was still a little bit confused. I had to look into it more on my own. But the point is that the circulating supply on market cap is not truly representative of all of the OXT out there in the market. But even so, we are still talking about a very low market cap with huge upside potential. It actually doesn't make sense to me that a coin or a project traded on Gemini and Coinbase could only have $30 million invested. You could imagine what kind of money would be invested if it became listed on Binance. So we're keeping our eyes on this. And again, this could really happen at any time. Even if you look back here, there was a ridiculous bounce in the middle of nowhere that I'm sure a lot of people made money on. And this could very well be the composite man loading up his position and saying, or even bots. There could be bots associated with the price action of OXT, ready to buy it up at a given price. So we're keeping our eye on that. Let me know what else you guys want me to cover here. We're going to be chilling all day. I will probably end up, you know, putting out another video. I'm going to release this just as a video most likely. And we'll see what happens. I'm really trying to start producing more content. I don't know how I feel about making videos. I've made a ton of videos in the past. I used to be really passionate about that. Never took it too seriously, but something about live streaming I just feel like makes everything more interesting, more entertaining. So I'd like to build this up a little bit, get out some good information, build a community, have some fun. Because I basically sit and look at charts, whether it's the stock market, crypto market. I'm looking at charts almost all day. And I know a lot of you are too. A lot of people don't stream in the morning. And I'm actually not based in the United States right now. So I can be online at an optimal time for those people who just want to hang out and talk and BS about charts in the morning or the afternoon. So hopefully you guys, you know, leave me some positive feedback. Let me know what you want to talk about, what you want to hear. Henry, what's up, Henry? So what moved the ridiculous price action weeks ago? So again, I think that the ridiculous price action back here, we can actually zoom in on it a little bit. There's a few things. First of all, the Orchid application was released. They came out with the iPhone version of their mobile application, which allows you to use their VPN, their decentralized VPN on your phone. It was already out for Android, I believe, but of course, you know, iPhone, everybody has an iPhone. I don't have an iPhone. I might get one, but everybody has an iPhone. And that was a huge deal. So that, I think, contributed to the initial momentum. And then again, something absolutely absurd happened here. It's really hard to pinpoint exactly why, but I believe it has something to do with the market cap. I believe it has something to do with the low market cap. If you look back here again, and I'm not positive that this market cap here, this value in US dollars listed on CoinMarketCap is 100% legit. I don't know if it's legit, because if you look at other sites, if you look at CoinGecko, they won't give you a circulating supply. So there's a bit of discrepancy between the circulating supply listed on these websites like CoinMarketCap, the circulating supply, which we can actually take a look at here on the Orchid.com website. I'll show you here in a second that I know the thing so well. I know their website so well. I've been researching into this. So look at this. Well, first of all, these are all of the exchanges here: Coinbase, Gemini, Bittrex, Kraken, major exchanges, dude. This is as blue chip as it gets. The only one we're missing here is Binance. If this fucking thing gets listed on Binance, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't see a massive influx of dollars. But we're talking in probabilities here. We could be absolutely wrong. So look at this. They show the OXT release schedule. And it says OXT release schedule. 333.6 million OXT released as of September 1st. So that was a couple days ago. So what does that mean? 333 million OXT released. But when we go back to CoinMarketCap, 65.8 million circulating supply. So look, we're doing the research right here, right now. There's a discrepancy between this number and this number. That is massive, dude. We can do the math right here. You know, just off the top of my head, or not really off the top of my head through the calculator, but what was the number? 65? Okay, that's 5x, dude. That's 5 times the circulating supply. So that's a problem. That's a problem here. Because if the circulating supply is actually 5 times what it says here on CoinMarketCap, which is pretty much the most trusted listing, then again, we can do some more math here. Let's do, if there's 65 million circulating supply, let's do 66 times the price right now. So we're just gonna do 35. Let's call it 35. Yeah. So again, just using quick math. So this is 23 million. You get it? If you just move the decimal points over, that's 23 million. So we're about right. That makes sense, okay? That makes sense. But what happens if we do this? Let's do 333 divided by, I'm sorry about that, 333 times, what was the number? 34 is the 34 cents. Dude, that's a lot more. That's a lot more. That means we're looking at a market cap of 116 million. 116 million. So yeah, you're just 5xing the market cap. $115 million market cap or $22 million market cap. So that's a major difference here. So there's something to be said about this discrepancy, because if that was true, if that number was true, and those 333 released OXT were available to be sold or whatever by those individuals, right? So you can see here the team, the Orchid team has a bunch of tokens, the seed investors have a bunch of tokens. See, look, the teams of the company, the seed investors have a bunch of coins. Now, we don't really know what's going on with those coins. Are those coins locked up? Can they sell those coins at any time? Can the team members sell those coins at any time? Is it actually part of the circulating supply? Because that's the difference. If those extra 250 whatever million coins, if those extra 250 million coins are in supply, dude, then this market cap is actually $115 million. And that would bring us up to the market cap of a few other projects on Coinbase. And then I would say that it's much less susceptible to a large upmark in the price. You know, because normally you would say, okay, let's assume it's $25 million market cap, and based on the average market cap of all the other projects on Coinbase, and considering that most of them are not as fully fleshed out as Orchid is as a product, as an actual company with business model and so on, then we would be expecting a large multiplication of this price here. But if these numbers are incorrect, then I don't know. We could be still subject to a large uptick in price, but maybe not as big as we thought before. So that's the discrepancy here. I'm really interested in what you think. Let me know what you think. We got one viewer here, Henry, my man. So yeah, that's the deal here. I'm wondering if there's anything else you want me to go over, maybe. And this has already been kind of a long rant, but I do like this project. That's why I'm investing so much time and research into this, and I really want to know what other people think about the points that I bring up here, because I like the idea. I like the idea. And you know, I talked to a friend of mine who is really into VPNs. He knows the VPN market. He's a big nerd. Nothing wrong with that. We're all nerds. But you know, he's like a real technophile. He knows about VPNs, and I tried to get his opinion on Orchid as a platform, and he kind of laughed it off. He kind of said, "No, this is like a joke. It's not real. Blah blah blah." So I don't think he was entirely right about that. I think he maybe just brushed over it too quickly, and he also is not too familiar with the crypto market and blockchain technology. So that's I took his opinion with a grain of salt, but I'd like to understand, compared to the other VPNs that are out there, how does this size up? How does Orchid size up against other blue chip VPN products or services out there in the market? Maybe some of you know, I have a VPN, but I'm not too familiar with the main differences between them. You know, if it works, it works for me. I get the reason why a decentralized VPN makes sense. It totally makes sense. You know, the same reason why you don't want your money handled by the bank. That's why we're all in Bitcoin, crypto in general. That's why I got into it in the first place. You know, I saw everything that was happening in the world, and I thought that there was a better alternative to this system we had, and that's what a lot of people believe Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to lead us to. So there's that. So there's a few things. There's the discrepancy in the market cap and the circulating supply of OXT. There's also the question of the utility of Orchid. Like, you know, is this something that, how many individuals are going to switch from the VPN they're using to use Orchid? Or how many new non-VPN using individuals are going to pick up Orchid because of its ease of use and so on? And is it possible that Orchid could be a large player in the VPN market, which is already billions and tens of billions of dollars a year, maybe even hundreds of billions of dollars a year, or projected to be at least $100 billion market quite soon? So those are the major questions. I'm interested to what you guys have to say. I guess we're just going to keep on rolling here and just see what happens. Again, Orchid, nice bounce. If you are a swing trader, you could have been looking to average in here and make some pretty decent gains. This was a nice one. People are making money, dude. But also just remember that when you see a structure like this to me, well, other than the fact that there's people buying, right? You see people, other than the big sell-off, there had to be buyers for all of this to happen. There had to be buyers for all of this selling to occur at these massive levels. So there's people that already had their positions set way back down here. They saw the price action. They bought more, and it just became fucking excuse my French, it became parabolic. Okay? The coin went parabolic. And if you had a position here and you did not sell under $1, if you didn't sell here, I don't know, man. That's like the biggest mistake you could ever make in your trading career, is not taking profit on a green candle like that. Like, come on, dude. Come on. You're just asking to get dumped on. Like, what do you think it's going to go even how? You think you're going to see more green? You think you're going to see larger green bars? Look at this green bar. Look at that. It's insanity. So anyway, good for some people. A lot of people made a shit ton of money here. But again, there had to be buyers up here for people to sell. So that means people bought their Orchid at $1. And another thing I want to point out, just want to check. Yeah, you're right, Henry. Exactly. It's a commercial application, and the nano payments could be niche. Now, nano payments, I don't think it's the first VPN that offers nano payments, to be honest. For me, it's perfect because on my phone, I don't have a subscription. I don't want to pay for a subscription VPN. I'd rather do it per use. There's certain times I want to use a VPN. There's other times I don't feel like it's necessary. So the nano payments for me and the decentralized aspect of it is totally attractive. I'm down for that. I'm into that. And I think a lot of others would be into that too. But here's something I wanted to also highlight. Look at this. Okay? The seed investors, okay? Seed SAFT, S-A-F-T. This means the seed investors, okay? Purchase price was 3 cents per OXT. Okay, let's just get it out of the way. These people made a buku amount of money, okay? These people are sitting pretty. They made a butt ton of money. They probably, honestly, these people, if they had access, and I don't know how it's structured, we have to do more research, find out some more information. How was their investment structured? Were they able to exit their position, or are they still, holding on to these? Are they not allowed to touch their seed investment? I would assume that these people exited their position, at 30. So even now, they're still looking at a 10x position if they're allowed to sell. The seed round 2, purchase price 50 cents per OXT. 50 cents per OXT. That's above where we are now. And these are the second round seed investors. Second round seed investors got each OXT at the price of 50 cents. I have the sniffles a little bit today. Let me take a little smoke here. Of course, this is tobacco. I don't support drug use. Let's see. 50 cents per OXT. Okay? So, again, if these people have their OXT still locked up, they are looking for upside price action. Seed round 2, the purchase price was 70 cents per OXT, okay? 70 cents per OXT. That means that the second seed round of investors paid 70 cents per OXT. So again, these people are still in, right now, if they didn't touch their positions, if they're not allowed or whatever, they are still in the red. They paid more than the project than it's worth right now. Maybe all of these people exited on this big price action to the upside. It could have been look, I'm trying to talk in probabilities here. I don't know exactly what happens. I can't tell the future. I don't know exactly what happened in the past, but it's possible that this was an exit scam. Maybe everybody from the investment rounds and the team exited. I highly doubt that, because usually in the contracts they have something written in the contracts that would explain how the investors are not allowed to do such and such with their positions for a certain amount of time. Because obviously, if you think about this from a company point of view, right? Like if this is my company, this is not the ideal thing you want to see happen, because this indicates to some folks that, oh, this is just a pump and dump. Like there's no project here. What do I got to look at? It's a pump and dump. But the reality is that we could have it all wrong. We could have it all wrong. This could be just an anomaly entirely different from anything to do with the team or their investments or their distribution. Or it could have been a complete exit scam. It could have been a pump and dump. Everybody made money. I'm not here to tell you exactly what happened. I'm down to speculate and come up with the highest probability of what I think is occurring or is going to occur. So, just going down here, just a few more notes. Orchid, the Orchid Team A. So these are people on the Orchid team. Okay. Orchid Team A. So I'm guessing these are the initial founders, the co-founders, Waterhouse, some of those other guys, Brian Fox. They basically got it for free. They basically got OXT for free. What is that? That's 1,000th of a percent, or 10,000th of a dollar, 1,000th or 10,000th of a dollar. So they pretty much made free money here as soon as they made the coins. Other than their own personal investments in the company, the coins printed for them. And we don't know how their structure. We don't know how their equity structure is set up. We don't know if they were allowed to exit their positions or whatnot. So again, just anybody on the team here made a crap ton of money, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did, if possible. So you asked Henry asked me about staking. Just give me a sec here. I'll get to that. I just wanted to point out a few more notes here. Okay. The group, so as an example, this group was awarded rights to OXT at a value of 0.1 cent per OXT, subject to various time and conditions, as well as a release schedule. Okay, so we can assume if they're not lying, then there is some type of structure set up for these individuals to receive their tokens, their coins, and then they have some type of rules around when they can sell them. Certain timing conditions will apply to spread the distribution of the remaining 7 million OXT over a maximum period of 3 years. Okay, we're going to come back to that. This group, Orchid Team D, they were 1 cent, OXT. After June 6th, okay, that already happened, is anticipated that there will be distributions to certain members of this group of 39,000 OXT on the 6th of each month. Okay, so basically, what I'm getting out of this, and you can see here from their release schedule, is that the coins are locked up. I believe that the tokens are locked up. So while it's not technically part of while these coins, these tokens are printed, they're not circulating because they're locked up. Okay, and we'll double check that. We'll come back and verify what that means. I'll try to get some more specific terminology for you to make it to have it make more sense. But I think it's more positive than negative. So staking, I think staking is definitely you can see what's happening in the DeFi market right now. Staking only increases the validity of the network. Okay, so in order to stake, in order to incentivize users for the network, those users have to make a purchase of OXT. Okay, so let me read a little bit here. Node stake deposits. Bandwidth providers on Orchid stake OXT currency in time-locked deposits to prove identity and receive traffic in proportion to relative stake deposit size. So what that means is you're going to be able to essentially sell your bandwidth. Sorry, not processing power. You're going to be able to sell your bandwidth. So for somebody like me, I can offer my bandwidth up to the Orchid network, and somebody in China or somebody in whatever, Netherlands, is going to use part of my bandwidth, meaning my IP address. I believe that's what that means. I'm going to be essentially sharing my IP address. The stake registry is the Ethereum smart contract that holds OXT. Users select Orchid server nodes with probability proportional to relative stake. Thus, nodes receive traffic and payment flow from the user proportional to the amount of digital currency staking on Orchid. Okay, right. So the more you stake, the higher the bandwidth you are offering up to the VPN. Providers can withdraw stake from the registry contract, but withdrawals are subject to an intentional delay, which currently defaults to 3 months. Okay, so if you stake, then there's a delay. You can't just be in and out. You can't be putting it in. You can't be staking, unstaking, staking, unstaking, staking, unstaking. You have to. There's a delay. Okay, that makes sense. Users control this delay variability by ignoring nodes with delay periods that are too short. This combination of linear stake weighted random selection and withdrawal delay provides stronger economic security by creating a high cost barrier for takeover actions, and additionally helps align provider and user incentives. So that actually makes sense. That actually makes sense. So it basically costs a lot of money to F around, okay, on their network. And there's a what was the term? Total supply. The total supply is locked. Like Bitcoin, the total supply of Orchid is locked. They don't plan on making any more. That's it. So in order to attack this network, it would cost a lot of money, and it would just be, at this point, from what we understand, would not be viable, okay? And another thing is, this also creates an incentive for those offering bandwidth to compete at a low price. This also, I believe, prevents price gouging and will potentially help this method of VPN, this way of using VPN systems, decentralized staking. It could provide a competitive edge to the other VPNs on the market. And that goes back to what I was saying about trying to understand what is the utility benefit of me using Orchid or using one of the, name some of the ExpressVPN or all of the other blue chip VPNs that everybody knows about that are taking people's money every single month. They have people that lock up their money for 3 years at a time, right? You buy a subscription for a couple months or a year, but if you buy a subscription for 3 months, give us all your money right now, you get a discount. So they have people throwing 3 years worth of money for their VPNs. So this could provide a this could provide a competitive incentive to those who want to offer their bandwidth, and hopefully would be one of the moats that Orchid can create in the market. Now again, the exposure of blockchain in general to the everyday person, to the everyday user, even VPN users. I'm sure there's many VPN users out there that aren't into crypto, that aren't into blockchain technology. They use a VPN for whatever, for work, for their business. So again, the idea is what makes Orchid so special compared to the other VPNs already on the market. So if anybody wants to drop information on that, leave us like comments or whatever. Just inbox me if you really want to. I need to understand. Why would I switch from my current VPN? Why would I switch from my current VPN to Orchid? Other than the fact that one company isn't in control of all of my data, which would make you think, the serious players, if you're serious about having a VPN, the reasoning is privacy. So the ultimate VPN would be a decentralized VPN, right? Because although the system is susceptible to attack, yes, at any node, is it safer or is it more private than a marketed VPN that you know about, like ExpressVPN or OpenVPN? That is what we have to understand. For these serious players, the people that spend a ton of money, I'm reading your comment here. Because the project is so early, there are plenty of price catalyst events that will rock price action. Yeah, exactly. I think you're right. There's a ton. The project is really young, but again, I think the main question here is what makes Orchid so special for the everyday user of VPNs? Not for me, not for you, not for people that are into blockchain, not for people that are into crypto, for the people who are going to spend their money, a lot of money, on using a VPN. What will make them want to use OXT? And in the case of my one buddy that I mentioned earlier, who happens to know a lot about VPNs, and I'd like to actually get him maybe on here or talk to him a bit. I think we need to see more. I think we just need to see more with Orchid. And like you said, Henry, there's a ton of upside potential. It's still so early. Although everything pretty much follows Bitcoin, everything follows Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin starts dumping, then, in terms of price action, I can't tell you anything. There's nothing promising with any altcoin. Just look at the market cap. If Bitcoin dumps, they all dump. So as long as we maintain a relatively upward price action, even if sometimes you see when Bitcoin and Ethereum are moving sideways, that's actually when you see large upside moves with the altcoins. So I don't think the bull market's over. This was a heinous dump down here. Looking at Ethereum, just because Ethereum is leading the bull market and leading the short-term bear market that we have right now. But this price action is absurd, and we're looking for a bounce. People are like, oh no, oh my God. I have so many friends that tell me, oh no, crypto's going to zero, Bitcoin's done, it's all done. And these are the same people that didn't want to buy Bitcoin when it was $4,000, $5,000 when you were telling them. I'm sure you guys know or have friends. I'm sure you guys know. Thanks, Henry. Maybe subscribe to the video. I'm just starting off here. Appreciate it, man. Be really cool. And I'll be streaming again. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here in just a minute, but I just wanted to bring some of those points up. And yeah, so let me know if anybody sees this video, if you want me to talk about something specific or anything at all. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so I plan on producing more content. We'll probably actually go live again in a bit. I'm trying to figure out what's better, if I should make videos, like shorter videos, or if I should just do what I'm doing now and just stream. Maybe people will start to join, we can talk, and I can start building an audience that way and a community. So I have to decide. Maybe tell me if anybody has an opinion. Tell me what you prefer, videos or like long format like this, where you can also tune in live. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, trying to get some subscribers, some likes, but again, just for building a community and talking about all of this stuff. Again, I've been into the crypto market since prior to 2017, and I've just been in the shadows, basically. Never really had the desire to make content, but I do like this. I like this form. I like to just talk to other people, and we can just go off the top of the dome. Everybody can give their input, and things are pretty crazy right now in the stock market and in the crypto market. So we'll be talking about the stock market too. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and smash that subscribe button. And we'll be back.